I want to understand from you, Neeru Bhatia, that the fact that these are women athletes. So if there was silence among male athletes for years, 60s, 70s, 80s, women athletes perhaps were even more intimidated by officials. I was just told a story this morning of athletes who got their tracksuits at the last moment when they were going for a major Asian Games, which was from old blankets that had been cut from Azad Market in Delhi. So we've come from there to today when these athletes are at least celebrated. I just want to understand, is it even more difficult in your view for women to actually come out against powerful male officials?
Of course it is. It always is. But the thing is that I don't know about the 80s and the 70s, but definitely during Brij Bhushan Singh regime, these allegations have come up and they need to be looked into at all costs, because can you imagine if the number of girls, young girls who are taking up this sport of wrestling, I mean, how traumatic it would have been for them, the kind of trauma they've come through. And it, and I think nobody would know that better than the protesting women wrestlers, because they would have seen that or heard of that. And why would they do this?
Okay,
why would they lie about it?
Okay, why would they lie about it? A final word, is there any possibility, as some critics are saying, that these wrestlers are now enmeshed in Haryana's politics? You know, Haryana's politicians are reportedly dived in. The Congress, Dipinder Hooda and others have come up in solidarity with them. Now the Bharatiya Kisan Union gets involved. Are they aware of the fact that they could be used to become political pawns in elections in Haryana next year?
You know, Rajit, the way I see it is, when they're on the podium, they make a podium finish, they win a medal, they are Indians. The minute they are in protest, sitting in Jantar Mantar, you make it into a Haryana lobby. I don't get that. Now, having said that, I would just want to say one thing. You know, is it politicized? Of course it's politicized. Look at the kind of support they're getting. Every other opposition party is trying to milk, this protest to their favor. Nobody is denying that. Has it been infiltrated by possibly elements which many of, us would call Andolan Jeevis? Of course it's been infiltrated by that. But in the end, what are you supposed to look at? Ultimately, nobody is saying take their word for the gospel truth. But get on with the investigation as per due course of law.
Okay. I think in that sense, the voice of these wrestlers is a voice that must be heard. You cannot shut them down. And I think what they've done today is actually made sure that they will not back down. What I wonder is, why do many of our other elite athletes not stand up and be counted at a time like this? This is something that we should ask ourselves. At the end of the day, we venerate our athletes for the glory they brought on the field. We expect them to stand in solidarity of it. We want to see more Abhinav Bindras and more Neeraj Chopras at a moment like